By the time Thunderstruck was released in 1990, AC/DC had already written their place into rock history. They didn't need another signature song, and yet this one would become unavoidable. More than 30 years later, it still opens games, films, and concerts all around the world. That kind of longevity isn't random. It happened for a few very specific reasons. To understand why Thunderstruck lasted, we need to have a look at three things: the moment it arrived, the way it was constructed, and how audiences eventually turned it into something bigger than a song. The late 1980s were a strange time for rock music. The genre was everywhere, but it was also stretched thin. MTV favored image over intensity. Production was massive, polished, and often detached from the raw feeling that originally defined rock. For many listeners, the music felt impressive, but distant. AC/DC were veterans by this point. They had already survived one of the most devastating losses a band could face, rebuilt with a new singer, and released albums that sold tens of millions of copies. But longevity can be a double-edged sword. By the end of the 80s, AC/DC were respected, but increasingly categorized as a band from a previous generation. That meant Thunderstruck wasn't just another single, it was a test. Could a band known for consistency still command attention in a changing landscape? That answer would arrive almost immediately. Thunderstruck begins with one guitar. No drums, no vocals, no immediate payoff. Angus Young builds the intro using hammer-ons and pull-offs, creating a line that never fully settles. It feels suspended, like it's constantly about to break. What makes this opening so powerful isn't speed, it's restraint. The riff circles without resolution, forcing the listener to stay focused. At a time when many songs rush to their loudest moment, Thunderstruck deliberately delays it. When the rest of the band finally enters, the shift is dramatic. The tension collapses into momentum. The song doesn't become complex, it becomes physical. You feel the transition more than you analyze it. Lyrically, Thunderstruck avoids detail. There's no narrative arc to follow. Instead, lyrics function like reinforcement, emphasizing sensation rather than meaning. The repeated chorus isn't there to tell a story. It's there to create release. Because the song isn't dense, it's instantly acceptable. You don't need context, you don't need familiarity. You only need to feel the build and respond to it. Upon release, Thunderstruck was immediately recognized as a standout. Razor's Edge became one of AC/DC's most successful albums of the decade. For longtime fans, it reaffirmed what they loved about the band, and for new listeners, it felt direct and unmistakable. The music video reinforced this identity. Rather than telling a story, it emphasized energy. Crowds, movement, and volume became part of the song's image. It positioned Thunderstruck as something that's meant to be experienced live. Over time, the song found a new environment: sports arenas. The gradual buildup made it ideal for anticipation. The explosive entry makes it perfect for moments of impact. Eventually, Thunderstruck became shorthand for intensity. Many rock songs remain tied to the era they came from. Their sound, production, or imagery locks them in time. Thunderstruck avoided that. Its structure is timeless. Its energy doesn't rely on trends. The song's endurance is also inseparable from Angus Young. His movements on stage mirrored the tension of the music. The visual identity amplified the sound. Over time, the performance and the song became linked. Today, Thunderstruck exists independently of its release date. It's used in films, commercials, and live events. Younger audiences recognize it instantly, often without knowing when it was written. That level of recognition is rare. So, Thunderstruck didn't last because it reinvented rock. It lasted because it distilled it. Right movement, careful construction, widespread adoption. That combination turned a single song into a permanent fixture. This is the kind of history that doesn't fade. If you want more breakdowns like this, focused on why songs endure, subscribe and let me know what to cover next.